Hello cuties! It's time to decide my TBR. I've never done a TBR video except when it comes to like readathons. I don't usually tend to plan my months out. I kind of just go random number generator, decide what I'm gonna read. We're not doing that this year. It's 2020, the year Q gets organized. So a few months ago, Owl Crate sent everybody a reading planner in one of their boxes, and I intend to use this. I'm gonna fill out this TBR here. So I have organized my entire 2020 to have themes for each month, and January is what I am calling Q needs to read the freaking books on her shelf month. And by that I mean all of the books that have been sitting here for years. What is in this bag? There's a lot. This is a book sleeve, also from an Owl Crate. I like to use things from an Owl Crate that are not for their intended use. So this is a TBR bag now. Throughout the year, I will be using this to decide my TBR. Granted, not every month will be like this. I have different themes for every month, but anytime that I'm like, I need to read a book from the shelf that's been sitting there for over 2 years, I'm pulling it from this bag. So I'm going to pull 10 books, not guaranteed that I read them, but this is my goal for January, to read said books. Then we'll see how the rest of the year goes. The very first book of January 2020 will be Ruby Red. Ruby Red by Kirsten Gear. I received Sapphire Blue and Emerald Green, which are books 2 and 3, through a Facebook Marketplace swap. And then I had to get the Ruby Red book, but I did that a couple years ago. This is one I normally would steer away from because look, pretty girl, pretty dress on a cover. Great. And apparently there's time travel. I don't remember at all what this book is about. Apparently there is a time-traveling gene that runs through the female side of the family, but apparently I should have skipped over Gwen. I haven't had great luck with time travel books. We'll see how I like this in January. The next book is gonna be The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. I have this in box set form. This has been a very popular book way back in the day. Did not get to read it. Looks like we're gonna read it. These books have sat on my shelf for so long, I have forgotten what they're about. You wake up with no memory of the last few days. Your friends were killed in an accident and you miraculously survived. Your family has to move to another state to escape the fallout. You meet a mysterious boy who seems to know more about your past than you do. You start seeing things that can't possibly be there. You are afraid you are losing your mind. Can you keep it together? Mara Dyer is about to find out. So there we go. Another trilogy. Some of these I will be reading on audiobook just to help me get through them. The next book. I'm reaching really far down. I don't know. Maybe I should take from the top. We've got Nothing to Envy by Barbara Demick. This is Ordinary Lives in North Korea. I have several North Korea books. This follows the lives of 6 North Koreans over 15 years. Barbara Demick is a journalist who interviewed and talked to all these people. It'll give you a deep look inside North Korea, which North Korea is a fascination of mine. Couldn't tell you why. Okay, standalones. Please be more standalone. Okay, another standalone. We've got The May Queen Murders by Sarah Ju. This one, I don't even know how to explain. Even after reading the description, it's very hard to summarize. So Rowan is this girl who lives in an isolated farming community, and I guess there are murders for the May Day celebration. There's some weird mystery, possibly some paranormal stuff going on. I hope it's good. We'll see. Sorry if the camera angle changed a little bit. I'm dealing with very raucous animals today. Next up, another standalone. Wild Beauty by Anna Marie Michelmore. Yay! I love her writing style and I cannot wait to read more of her stuff. I love the way this cover feels because the flowers and stuff are raised. Ooh, it just feels good in your hand. I'm not even gonna explain what this is about because I don't know. It's Anna Marie Michelmore and she writes magical realism. Explaining it is pointless. It won't make sense and because I will do a terrible job of doing so. So read this book. We're halfway there. Oh boy, another North Korean story. What are the odds? I only own like 3. In Order to Live by Young-mi Park. So this is her personal story of getting out of North Korea. 2 nonfiction books already. I might have to change my month plans because I do have a nonfiction month. Let's see what we get. All right, a trilogy. Oh no. The Girl at Midnight by Melissa Gray. This is bird people in it. Avison, an ancient race of people born with feathers for hair and magic running through their veins. This is a Searching for the Phoenix book, I guess. It says Find the Firebird. So now there's a good chance I'll like this trilogy. 3 more. We have Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart. So I guess this hasn't actually been on my shelf that long, but it feels like it has. So I put it in there and we're gonna read it. Not that long of a book, but I do have a signed copy of it. I think I got this in an Owl Crate. We have Nomi and Serena, who are sisters. I guess Nomi is hiding a secret and Serena's training to be a Grace. But I guess it's a big story of sisterhood. And I always like some good sisterhood stories. I feel like this might be based on the Greek mythology of Graces and Furies. We'll see how that goes. 2 more! What do we got? What do we got? Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins. This is the only one I own of Hex Hall, and technically I did buy this year, but it's been on my TBR for a long time. Considering I do love Rachel Hawkins' writing from what I read of hers during Prince Charming and Her Royal Highness. Granted, those are her newest stuff and this is her earlier stuff. We'll see how much I like this. I think this will be a really quick read because the spacing is pretty big here. It's not that thick of a book. When was this published? I'm gonna guess 2010. Oh, I'm so right! It was in that YA heyday. And this one deals with witches, and she goes to a witchy school. Probably very tropey. We'll see. The last book I am putting on my January TBR is... oh, another trilogy. Dark Days Club by Allison Goodman. This is now the biggest book of January reads. So this is historical fiction featuring Lady Helen. I think it has to do with spies. Ooh, conspiracies. Okay, okay. I mean, I picked it up for a reason. I do love the font of this. It's not like a raised font either, but it's definitely a different texture. Ooh, I just noticed there's more texture to this too. If you can see some of the imprinting there. I only own 2 of the Dark Days books. Actually, I might have the 3rd. It might be in one of these boxes over here. There you have it. That's my January TBR. Not including the other books in certain trilogies, but whew, 10 was probably ambitious because along with trilogies, that's 18 books for January, which is not impossible. I have read 18 books in a month. I did that in September. Actually, I read 19 books, I think, in September. We'll see if I can do this. I definitely won't be doing that many for the rest of the year as a TBR because I have different themes for the rest of the year that you'll find out as we go along for the rest of the year. What are you guys reading in January of 2020? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if you've read any of these books that I have now selected for my TBR. You can go ahead and shame me for not having already read some of them. I know I'm a late blooming booktuber. And of course, leave your questions and comments down below or on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter. I'll see you next time, cuties.